What's up YouTube, it's Decklists TCG here and welcome back to another TCG video on my channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the results from the Portland Regionals, the last regional of the season. We only have a special event happening in Italy, Bologna, and that's actually in the same format. So people that are actually attending that tournament, this data is going to be very crucial, or people that are playing their last couple of locals, think about league challenges and league cups. This data will be crucial. This is going to be the last data we have from the Journey Together format, and then we're actually adapting all the way to the Destined Rivals format. I already talked about the best cards in the set. We did a tier list prediction, talked about some upcoming new deck lists. So yeah, new stuff is definitely coming, but for now let's take a look at the results from the Portland Regionals. As you all know, Portland Regionals had around 1,688 master players battling it out, and this is actually the data from day one. As you see, Dragapult still the most popular deck in the room. Also, Raging Bolt is still very popular, as well as Gardevoir, then Joltik Box, Eevee Box, and then Terabox. So a lot of boxes at the end there, but as you all see, where is Gholdengo? Gholdengo pretty much disappeared from this graph, so people actually left that at home. We're also going to be taking a look at some conversion rates, and you're going to get the top 16 deck list over here. So if you guys are excited for it, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. Helps out in many ways to support the channel. You guys are heroes if you are able to do so. That's going to help out the channel tremendously. So with that being said, yeah, the most popular decks in the room, Dragapult and Gardevoir are like the decks to beat currently, because Gardevoir not only has won like bazillion regionals in this format, Dragapult is always the most popular deck in the room. So if you are actually attending the Bologna special event, or you're still playing your last League Cup or League Challenge in this format, you definitely need to beat those decks, as those are the most popular decks in the room. Let's take a look at some conversion rates, because I'm always interested in that. We did see on the graph that they only displayed like 80 decks during the stream, so that's not true. Maybe they forgot that 5-1 actually is a day 2 conversion. So we see here the most but the biggest conversion rate out there is Terabox. 30% conversion rate is actually pretty good. So Terabox was very well positioned going into that day 2. We also had Eevee Box 23%, and then straight Dragapult 25%, followed up by Gardevoir 21%. So the conversion rates are actually kind of interesting to take a look at, because sometimes when decks are played and they're underneath the 20% conversion rate, the deck didn't perform all too well. So that's something you should note down here. So Gholdengo, 5% conversion rates, with the Gholdengo Dragapult, 12% conversion. So Gholdengo didn't do too well in this tournament. That's something we can conclude. So let's take a look at the top 16 deck list, shall we? So we do see Michael Davidson winning with Gardevoir EX. If you thought you had seen enough of Gardevoir, well, think again. Gardevoir was still around. This actually was played by Henry Chow, as well as Eric Brother, as Arjun Kadi. So a lot of players actually piloted to some reasonable success here. What is the main difference here? We see TM Evo, a high amount of TM Evo here. So the main strategy is clear. You want to actually go second TM Evo and get your curly out. Whether either you go first or you go second, but this list is playing less rare candy. So it's more based on technical machine evolution, so you can get your curly out ASAP. If you actually get a curly out, you're good, but you can also get a Rabsca out. I don't know if you've been sleeping under a rock or anything, but Rabsca actually protects yourself from damage spread on the bench. Not only damage, but also the effects, which means Dragapult with the Phantom Dive can also not hit your Pokemon on the bench, which is a very huge bonus here. Rabsca also protects against stuff like Wellspring Ogerpon or Ends Darmanitan. So if you thought like, oh, Ends Zoroark was a great blade going into this, people were already prepared with this exact 60. So a high amount of TM Evo, a couple of Arven thrown in there, and they lowered down on their rare candy. So pretty much all the rest of the cards we have seen before. The Screen Tail is there, the Drifloon is there, Mew EX also part of the plan here to draw some cards, but also can copy paste. Definitely against stuff like Dragapult EX, very useful to of course go for the genome hacking and get multiple prize cards. Also 2 copies of Monkey Dory, so they lowered down Monkey Dory, they lowered down Rare Candy, added in the TM Evo, and added in the Rabsca. So that's pretty much what happened here during the this is actually very funny here, is that the first place winning list and the second place winning list is exactly the same. So Henry Chow, the Gardevoir master, also played this exact 60. So Henry Chow and Michael Davidson, first and second was actually a 60 card mirror. So that finals was actually kind of interesting to watch. Then we have Christian Fontenot all the way from Europe, Denmark. We have Raging Bolt here. This is a Raging Bolt play, well, it's also played by Ryan Harris, by the way. A little shout out right there. So we do see here the 660 that has the Patcheran technology. So if you thought you were gonna win with adding in Maractus in your list, people are already thinking 2 steps ahead. If you want to go for that corner attack of the Maractus, people come back with Patcheran. The cool thing is, if you have Patcheran, if you have Phasmodipity, you can always fly yourself into the active position and then manually retreat and start swinging. So being trapped with Maractus is no longer possible. That was a lost condition for Raging Bolt, now eliminated. Only 2 copies of Raging Bolt in here, and also coming back with the Blood Moon. Blood Moon Boss is a late game condition that has been winning me personally a lot of games, so I think adding the Blood Moon into the Raging Bolt means you need less resources to finish off games, because most of the time people will have slapped down Phasmodipity or Latias or Mew EX on the board to help you out with your prize mapping. Other than that, it's the same thing we've seen before. Countercatcher, also a cool tech card included in there that we don't see too much in the Raging Bolt deck. And the baby Raging Bolt still sniping. It's quite the maniac here, being able to, of course, snipe Dracloaks, 3Ps, Ralts, Hoot Hoots, you name it. So Raging Bolt still managed to squeak in there in the top 4. Caleb Rogerson, so all these known players. So you do see the meta is actually skill-based, if you say so. Here we have Terabox, was actually well positioned here. Same 60 as Rahul Reddy, finishing 22nd, by the way. So what do we see here is 2 copies of Wellspring, the most important attacker against a lot of matchups. You do see the introduction of Briar, which you don't always see in the Terabox deck. Still 1 copy of the Pikachu EX with the Topaz Bolt. You have Latias for free retreat. You have the Phasmodipity to draw cards, Mew to draw cards. Dropper goes to slap some damage. There's even the Turo in here that can help if you get Maractus trapped or Sup locked or anything like that. You can also heal off some of the damage that is being done to you, which is also a cool introduction of the adding in the Turo in the list. So very cool indeed. Terabox is still back, as you'll see. 2 psychic energies, 4 grass energies, and 1 water, 1 lightning, and 1 metal type energy to seal the deal here. High amount of Crispin, 4 copies just to power up your Pokemon. Very strong indeed. 1 copy of the 80 HP Hoot Hoot. You don't need more in my opinion. Then we have 5th place with Piper Lapine with the Gardevoir EX deck. Again, Gardevoir here, very similar 60s that we've seen before. People added in the TM Evo technology. That was actually the play for this weekend. If you were actually attending that regionals, it seems that people were teching against Gardevoir, and that means you need to be 1 step ahead. This is playing 3 copies of Kirlia, 2 copies of TM Evo, and 4 copies of Arven. So it wants to make sure you can get your setup going. A high amount of supporters. The only thing you will need is TM Evo to, of course, get your Kirlia into play. If you do, however, go first, there's still the opportunity to go 2nd turn item lock to buy yourself that turn. TM Evo is also great. You can also do that on your 2nd turn, I suppose, but this actually helps out. If you go 2nd and it's your 1st turn, go for that Arven, go for that TM Evo, and you're gonna be golden, good to go. So no Mew EX in the 60 and double Screamtail instead. Moving forward, we have Taylor Whalen from United States here with the Eevee box. We do see Umbreon EX again in the 60. This is actually something that was introduced a couple of regionals ago to deal with Gardevoir EX. Gardevoir EX still being the most dominant deck in this format, winning, I don't know how many regionals it won so far, but I think it's around 6 or even more. So that's kind of crazy. So you do come back with that technology to beat it. You can, of course, go Crispin, Sparkling Crystal Countercatcher, that's something you could do. Sometimes it's already powered up and you can rely on classic Bulbasaurs. The cool news is with Eevee box, you have access to your Noctows, meaning you have access to stuff like Briar as well. Another cool thing you could do is attack with Flareon in combination with Kieran to go for that 310 damage output to deal with stuff like Gardevoir EX. So 2 copies of Area 0 Underdeath in there, a copy of the Terra Orb, also comes back with a copy of Turo. So people were prepared for some Maractus shenanigans. People will not be caught off guard here. A lot of Turos flying into the 60s, even Patcheran and the Raging Bull. So you do see that people are always adapting left and right. The Angelite Sylveon, only 1 copy, but it does come back with a powerful attack here. The Angelite removing 2 pieces from the opponent's bench, which is very, very insane. And the Magical Charm, perfect numbers if you do slap down your Lily's Clefairy EX. Continuing on, we have Owen Delgard with also a Eevee box. Let's see what is different here. No Umbreon EX in there and the second copy of Sylveon EX instead. Also, we do see Brock Scouting in the list, having a little bit of protection against, of course, Budu and item locking, so that's definitely interesting for sure. We did see that the other Eveelution deck came packed with the Serrano instead, so people are actually finding answers. We have Joseph Musat from the United States as well with straight Dragapult. This is a list that was actually piloted by Alberto Conti at this Utrecht special event, so this is the exact second place list of that tournament. So the same stuff we've seen before, Brock Scouting Jacques to protect against like opposing item locking. We have Halucha for some flying entry damage spread to have that additional damage ping so you can actually Phantom Dive and knock out 70 HP Pokemon or even one-shot stuff like Phazandipity, which or Teal Mask Ogerpon to put them down to 200 HP so you can get them with the counter catcher and knock them out with Phantom Dive. Janasac shuts down Ace-Pack cards, most importantly Unfair Stamp and Prime Catcher are the main suspects, but you can also get a Gholdengo off guard. As we did see that Gholdengo was not being played in high amounts at this event, also didn't convert too well, so it was definitely not the play, but yeah, straight Dragapult still very, very good. Then we have the top 16 here, 9th place with Dominique Viola with Dragapult and a 2-2-1 line of Dusknoir. Cool thing with the Dusknoir is that you can end games way quicker. If you item lock, the opponent doesn't find any more resources, you can blow up on the second turn and win like that. Most of these Dragapult lists are actually, removing rare candies from the list. I always love like including like at least one copy, so you can get maybe an Arven out of nowhere to get the candy to be a little bit more aggressive, but playing the slow game is the answer here. Item lock until your entire field is developed with Jacques. You can also get yourself Dusclops, Dracloaks, Dusknoirs, all that good stuff. So yeah, Dusknoir and Dragapult. Another Dragapult Dusknoir list by John Ang. We did see him on stream showcasing that this deck is still very solid, Unfair Stamp and all that good stuff. So a lot of people were piloting this, Grand Chan, Kian Amini. So yeah, people were fan of this exact 60. We do see a little bit of like research thrown in the list, so that's sometimes a little bit aggressive, but with the 3 copies of Night Stretchers, kind of okay. And all the rest seems stuff we've seen before. Let's go. Then we have Connor Miller with another Eevee box. So 3 copies of Eevee box in that top 16, making a statement that this was also a better pick over Terabox, by the way. Even Terabox did kind of okay. This actually is, yeah, Eevee box doing really well here. We do see that still 2 copies of Sylveon, no Umbreon EX to be spotted here. Brock Scouting, no Serrano. All these lists are looking a little bit similar. We do see a Glass Trumpet, which can come out of nowhere, so that's kind of cool. Cool indeed. Next up, we have the craziest part about it all, Ray Chan with the Toedscruel Ogerpon deck. We did see this on stream as well. This was the highlight of the tournament for me. We're going to be playing with this exact 60 later this week, but I want to showcase this list already. It's very nice. We do come packed with Teal Mask Ogerpon, a high amount of bug catching set, which allows you to look at the top 7 cards, get basic grass energies or grass type Pokemon. You can get 2 of them in any combination, which is great. So if you haven't seen the bug catching set here, so that's actually super cool. 4 copies of that, 12 energies, digging deep, and you're going to be able to, of course, Teal Mask attachment, and with a high amount of E-Switch, you can definitely donk people. If you do open with the Balsasaurus or the Prime Catcher that we did see on stream, you have access to the Toedscruel, and with the Area 0 under that, you can go wide on your board, meaning that the Colony Rush slaps 80 damage plus 40 more for every one of your bench Pokemon that has a grass energy. If you have like all of them having grass energies, you can one-shot literally anything in the game. Iron Leaves can fly in out of nowhere. And it's a very cool list. I'm gonna say that if you do go second and you're not getting the attack up with the Myriad Leaf Shower, you can also rely on Budu. Very easy to find, bug catching set, Nazball, all that good stuff. So very, very awesome list for sure. Then we have Kelly White with from Canada with the Terabox. This Terabox deck, 4 copies of the Crispin, definitely mandatory. There's a rescue board in here that you don't see that often. Sometimes people are playing Switch instead, so yeah, if you're stuck with your Blood Moon or Luna, there's still the Turo, so there's that. But having a rescue board always gives you some nice pivots left and right. And the cool news is that if the opponent does slap down a surprising town store, you can also make use of it, I guess. You don't see it very often, but I guess it's something you can do. There's also a Budu in this list that you don't always see in the Terabox decks, but most of the attackers are the exact same that we've come used to. Then there is Sebastian Lashmet with Dragapult Pidgeot EX. It's been a while since I said that, right? Pidgeot EX with the quick search ability. Make use of it while you can, because Team Rocket's Watchtower is around the corner with Destined rivals. What do we see is that Pidgeot can get any card you want from the deck, so instead of relying on like, oh, I need this card, I need that card, you can rely on Pidgeot EX to get you whatever you feel like. There's a penny in the list if you are trapped with Blood Moon as your starting Pokemon, or if you want to reuse Hawlucha, there's also the penny which allow you to do so. You can also get rid of a low HP Budu and specific mirror match and all that, so there's that. Maybe Professor Turo would be better here, but they opted to go for penny instead. Yeah, the same tools we've seen before. Unfair Stamp, 1 copy of Rare Candy, and yeah, this is gonna be a list. Also, only 1 Luminous Energy. People were actually playing this with a high amount, so we have Cyrus Jones and Gwen Tran actually on this list as well. So interesting to see this 60 doing well. And then we have Jackson Ford from Canada, Dragapult Charizard. Very cool 60. I like the mixture of Charizard and Dragapult. That means you have answers against most things in the meta. There is a TM Evolution in there with 3 copies of Arven. Sometimes you can get it off, not always, but if you can get it off, you can get that Charmeleon and Dracloak out the deck quite easily. If not, play the slow game, go for Budu. There is 2 copies of Brock Scouting in here and a high amount of Iono, so eventually you will get your setup going. You recon Directive, you go for Iono, maybe even Research, and you're good to go. Charizard's still a very phenomenal attacker in the game if you're able to get it off underneath item lock. Okay, and then the last one, Richard Yano from the United States with the Gardevoir deck. This Gardevoir is Brent Tonneson 60, so look at that 60 going crazy. So one of the most known 60s in the game right now. We did talk about this list countless amounts of times before, but what did people do in order to prepare for this tournament? Most successful Gardevoir players, or actually Gardevoir list in this event, cut down on Rare Candy, they cut down on the third Monkey Dory, added in the Rabsca package to protect yourself, and they also come flying in with stuff like the TM Evo, maybe cut down on the Bravery Charm and the Cleffa as well, and go for the TM Evo strategy instead. So interesting developments here in the Pokemon trading card game. So Eevee Box did incredibly well, Gardevoir did well, and Dragapult did well, Terabox as well. So that's the only decks that did well. If you take a look at that analysis here, where is that analysis? Right here. Decks that did not do well was Joltik Box, not a top 16 slot, so you can say that the conversion rate was like 16%. If it's underneath 20%, that means something's horribly wrong. So I don't know how to feel about the decks moving forward, because there's only one more event in this format. So you did see in the top 32 a little bit of Raging Bolt, 1 and Zoroark appearing. Couple of Joltik boxes, so they were still around. No Gholdengos. Like the Gholdengo list, I have to scroll really deeply. Like Hydreigon did better than Gholdengo. That says enough, right? What's going on? Where is Gholdengo? Insane. Did I like not see anything right? That's kind of like 124. Is that the only Gholdengo list? No, there's one here. 17th place, 66th place. Okay. I think that's it. 66th place. Gholdengo did not even take a top 64 slotman. So if you take a look at all the decks in the overall, and then the most popular meta share, Raging Bolt, Gardevoir, Dragapult, Joltik Box, some of them got top 32. Eevee Box did really well. Terabox did okay. Gholdengo did not well. Also, and Zoroark didn't do well because Rabsca was around. So and Darmanitan didn't do too much. Interesting development. So let me know down below how you feel about the Journey Together format. Did you enjoy this format? Are you still playing the special championships over in Bologna? Are you still playing your last League Cup or League Challenge? I want to hear your opinion down below. What was your favorite deck from the Journey Together format? Also, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Demolish the hell out of the like button. It is super effective. And also go check out the sponsors. They actually make the videos possible. Level up your game with TC Evolutions. Breathtaking damage counters, special condition tokens, and ability markers. Precision, style, power. Use coupon ZapdosTCG for 10% off only at TC Evolutions. Also go check out dragonshield.com if you're looking for the best quality sleeves to protect your beautiful cards. You can get them with 5% off using the coupon ZapDos5. BowtownStore.com for your TCG Live code card needs. You can get them with 5% off as well. And they come with instant email delivery, so if you want codes, you can get them instantly. There's also cardmarket.com for European players where you're able to buy as well as sell cards to people all across Europe. You can use the referral name ZapdosTCG to help support the channel. Thank you all very much for watching today's upload. We'll be testing out that cool Toedscruel deck tomorrow, so hopefully you guys are excited, and I'll be seeing you guys then. Peace!